Okay, here we go again. I have developed a bit of a pattern. Can you guys... Oh, you can't see anything because the lens cap is still on. How about that? I have developed a bit of a pattern because I have... Ooh, my trash can fell over. One second, guys. Let me go fix my fallen over trash can. But I'll still talk while I do it. Anyway, ooh, it's cold out here. It went from like 70 degrees yesterday to 40 degrees and snowy today. Missouri does not know what it wants to do with its weather. But what I was getting at is that I have established a pattern with my filming. I have a 32 gig SD card in my camera, and it will warn me when I'm running out of time. It'll say you have 22 minutes of film left, and then this thing is gonzo beans. And so whenever I get the time warning on here, I try and remember to clean it out of whatever clips it's got built up in it, and then delete them off the card and start fresh. What that does is it promotes me to then start turning videos over again because my memory card filled up and I need to empty it out. And so it's an interesting kind of balancing act that I have managed to like keep, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. And it feels better as I'm starting to like rest into things and find my way into things and figure out how I'm going to start working the things that it is that I am doing. And so it's just interesting to me to be able to kind of identify those patterns and be like, wow, like I'm getting so used to this that I have like repeatable patterns and stuff that I can acquire when I'm making these videos. But yeah, that was just an interesting observation. I've got 22 minutes on my memory card right now, and so I really want to make sure that I clean it out tonight. And I need to upload some more videos too, because I'm not catching up with where I left off over the weekend, but I mean, each day that I don't upload something is a day where I potentially don't catch up. And today is the first day that I did not catch my billboard. I think that I was one slide away from seeing it, but at any rate, back to what I was saying, yeah, each day that I don't upload something is a day where I get closer to closing that gap. And when I got through the weekend, I was able to push myself through to, what was it? I was able to push myself through to April 1st, which is a whole month out from where I am. So I'm still in the clear with my goals, but I'm not, I want to just be able to, I want to just catch up. I want to upload all the videos that I have lingering and then see how far that gets me. But that's also a dangerous thing, because once I've caught up, then I'm perpetually caught up with myself. So at any rate, I keep stressing that I'm going to actually have topics to talk to you all about every morning when I do these drives to make these videos more productive and more interesting. And so it's time we rolled into today's topic, which is fortune cookies. So I am the kind of individual who takes their fortune cookies seriously. That's especially true if the fortune cookie that I got like makes sense for me or for like where I am in life. My favorite fortune cookie that I've ever got was one that like pertained to my personality, and I used to keep it in my wallet for ages, and it said, you have a key and infectious personality and people enjoy being around you. And I really thought that that was cool and fitting for me. And like saying something like that maybe makes me sound a bit full of myself, but there's a difference between full of yourself and confidence. Like you can have confidence that people enjoy being around you because you've been around enough people and the lion's share of them enjoy it, that you can be confident now that people enjoy being around you. Whereas if you're full of yourself, you don't really have that reassurance. You don't have any evidence that people enjoy being around you. You just assume that it's the fact. And so I feel like that's the big difference between self-confidence and arrogance in that regards. But at any rate, that was a really good fortune cookie. And like I said, I kept it in my wallet. I would read over it every now and again, and it really meant a lot to me. I've since lost the actual fortune, but I still have a picture of it on my Instagram, and every now and again I'll pull up the picture on my Instagram and I'll look it over, and that feels pretty good. The fortune cookie, so we had Chinese food last night. I got together with my mom and my brother, and we decided that anyone who doesn't like Chinese food is un-American, which is completely funny thing to say considering it's a different culture's food, but that's what our running gag was from last night. But at any rate, I got the fortune cookie and I opened the bad boy up, and my fortune last night was that I would be unusually successful in business. And like, once again, that is a very interesting fortune to get at my current stage in life, because I am pursuing my own business matters in a multitude of ways. And so it's like, I've got the whole YouTube thing going on. You all are tuning in, watching that. Thanks for that. I've got the books that I continue to write, and hopefully one day people will grab a hold of them and really start to get some traction there. I've got the Instagram short form content that I'm still plugging along. It's not as strong as it used to be, but I'm still trying to get somewhere with that. And so with all of that stuff considered, with all of that stuff going on, I can't help but think that a fortune that says I will be unusually successful in business is something that's really in my favor, and is going to be helping me to figure out what I need to do in life and what I need to do with my life. And because that has been the biggest hang up here of making content and uploading content. And like, right now I'm doing a very simplified form of content. I'm not doing something that really requires a great deal of editing. I'm not doing something that really requires a great deal of attention, because like, in order to upload 365 videos in a year's time, I'm not going to be able to do like a full length I'm not going to be able to do this major editing project every time I do this. And so I just have to hope that the conversations that I'm having are meaningful enough to captivate an audience, because it's not going to be a major production. I do intend to put on major productions or more serious productions, but that will be few and far between. But at any rate, so yes, reading that fortune that claims that I will be unusually successful in business is, it feels good. It's a good fortune to have. And like I said, I've always taken my fortune cookies seriously. I don't know, like, people who actually know Chinese culture or whatever kind of culture, they might come on here and be like, that's garbage, it's not even a real thing, it's only an Americanized thing. And if it's an Americanized thing, then it's still a thing, and it's still something that I can choose to find value in. And I choose to find value in the fortune that I got today. And whether that be like the placebo effect, where because I got this fortune, I attack my business adventures with more ferocity, and I do see some level of success in them, or whether that's because the fortune cookie gods have deemed it so, either way, I am happy, because I am accomplishing the things that I set out to accomplish. And that's the biggest thing for me, is like, if I can start feeling like I'm getting some level of success, that will go a very long ways for me. There's another local boy here who he uploads like different sort of like car videos. He goes out and finds old beat up cars, and him and his dad try and fix them up and make them running again. And it's a very themed channel. Like, you go on his channel, he's got a personality, and he's got these are the things that I'm doing on this channel, and it makes sense. And because he has that clear direction, I once again am a little jealous of that, because I feel like my channel does not have any clear direction or any like clear purpose. And I can't help but feel like sometimes that's why I don't succeed, because the internet just does not know where to put me. But at the same time, like, this is the kind of content that I want to make. Like, I just want to talk to you guys about whatever's on my mind when I'm driving to and from work every day. I don't want to have a consistent topic. And like I said, we as people are multifaceted human beings. I just want to be a person and vibe with you guys. I don't necessarily want to be this personality. But once again, I'm getting off topic. So the other local boy who makes content, he's got he's doing his thing with cars, and he's got his personality going for him. He's doing all this stuff. He recently hit 20,000 followers, and I was like, hey, good for you, man. That's a huge milestone. I would be very proud of that. I can't even get 1,000, much less 20,000s. And so I saw him post that, and I was like, hey, congratulations, that's awesome. And it got me wondering, like, okay, so how long has he been at the game? Because that's been my thing so far, is as I find these people hitting these big, I want to call them monuments, but I know that's not the right thing, these big moments, I want to then figure out, okay, so how long did it take you to get there? And so, like, he's been uploading for 3 years and just hit 20,000, which in the grand scheme of like the things that I've been watching isn't the greatest ratio. Like, I think Dry Creek Wrangler School hit 1 million and they hit 1 million in 2 years. And I believe Sam Sulek hit 1 million in less than a year. And so it's not that I'm trying to take shots at the other people that I know, because I know them and I appreciate their content. I'm not taking shots by any means, but I am being observant from a factual standpoint, because that's the kind of observations I need to make for myself in trying to figure out if I am on track to be doing well, or if I'm off track and doing quite poorly. And another thing that I keep doing this, but I will probably more seriously pursue, like, doing a gaming channel as well, or at least making that more a part of my content. You gotta piggyback off of other things that are famous. It is very difficult to get an original concept to just succeed on its own. And so, like, if you piggyback off of other things that people know and care about, and then they start to know and care about you vicariously through those other things, then that's fine. That is a completely legitimate way to become famous, or to become known on YouTube at least. And so that is something else that I hope to do, is I hope to find some good solid concepts and things to piggyback off of, so that you guys can be like, oh, he likes this, let's look at this, and then let's start watching his content. And so I feel like video games is a relatively easy one, especially in the nature of the videos I make now. Like, I can be just as philosophical with you guys while I play through a video game as I could be if I were just doing my own thing. And so we will see what happens and where the channel goes. And this, like, channel will end up being just a great big old melting pot of me. And hopefully people see and appreciate that. And if they don't, then so be it. But I'm just really interested in making this content, or making this place just like a place for me, and it is my highest point of expression. and I put anything and everything on this, and it becomes its own content brand. Like, my YouTube channel becomes its own streaming service at that point, and that you have so much backlogged content that you can watch that there's always something to do. And like I said, a variety, because that's the other thing. Like, you have a good variety of content on a good streaming platform. And so if I have all these life videos where it's just me in the car talking to you guys and hashing out life, and then I also have full-length films, and I've also got gaming content, and I've also got music, like, there's something for a variety of people on here. And that's another thing, because I continually say this, I'm a varied individual with various interests in life, and I don't want to pin my interests in life to one single thing just for the sake of trying to get popular on YouTube. And then, of course, like, there's always playlists, so if you guys are only here and you only want to watch my animations, or if you only want to watch my music videos, or you only want to watch whatever, then go find yourself the playlist. It's got all the stuff in it that you like, and go dive into that and figure out what's going on there. But if you're into these life talks, then there's a playlist there too. And right now, these have kind of taken over my channel. I continue to run into other people who are doing a similar concept very well. I just got suggested somebody today who has hundreds of thousands of followers, and he gets around 100,000 views every time he uploads, at least. And it's just him sitting at his desk talking about compelling concepts. And that's what's like. I can't imagine that me sitting in my car driving to work every morning can be that much less interesting than someone sitting at their desk talking about the very same things or similar things. Like I said, I do need to get better about finding topics to talk to you guys about more often, because I feel like I have days where I'm just like driving home and I have nothing to say, and I'm just repeating what I've already said or saying things that aren't necessarily pertinent. And so my hope is that if I make a conscious effort to have something to talk to you guys about every morning, then we will have a more fruitful conversation. So like this morning's conversations was fortune cookies and how seriously I take them. And since one of them decided that I was going to be successful at business, I too will be successful at business. And whether that is because I'm basically doing a self-fulfilling prophecy and deciding that I will be successful based on the fact that this fortune cookie said it, based on the fact that I said I'm going to believe the fortune cookie, or because I actually will succeed. Either or are valid options. And the more and more I go down this road, the more and more I realize, like, I still want to do something with animation. And I started to bring Compression Man back, and I stopped. And I think I'm going to do it again. I think I'm going to get back into Compression Man, and I'm going to figure out what I need to do in order to get there, and I'm just going to do it. And it'll be great. It'll be this awesome video of proportions, and hopefully the person that I'm working with, I wish they could, the time is one of the biggest things. Like, it takes them a month to make a minute. Sorry, I saw someone on the street that I thought I knew, but it turns out I don't. Anyway, so yeah, it's a good time, and I was gonna go, but then this car was coming, and so I decided not to go. And what is with, like, the traffic here is more backed up than I'm used to it being. But I think I will reach out to this person on Fiverr, figure out if they still do animation, because they changed their content basis quite a bit, and see if they still do it. If they do it, then let's get that ball rolling again. I keep poking them and not committing to it, and I need to poke them and commit to it. And so, and if not, I can find another animator. Compression Man wasn't fully animated, it was more an animatic with full sound effects, music, and the whole bit. And so we'll see, but at least it'll be something to satisfy my want for a animation I really do want to do animation, but the more I dive into like official animation, the more I realize how expensive it is. So I'll just get a freelancer and have them make an animatic that is more visually appealing than what I could make, and continue plugging away at that until eventually I have what it is I need. And I don't know what that is right now, but we'll get there. And there's something rolling around in my back seat. It's a bottle of Gatorade. I don't know why I've got multiple bottles. There's not Gatorade in the bottles anymore. There's water in the bottles, but I keep them in my car because I'm afraid that one day I'm going to find myself stranded in my car and I'm going to need water, and I don't have any water. And so, oh no. So yeah, we are almost to work, and it is interesting how I can kind of wrap up my conversations as I pull into work. And it's just like, okay, well, we're here, and now we're doing what we do. And so, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if I can make my fortune cookie come true. And with enough determination and kind of oomph behind it, I should be able to. But if I can't, I can't. And I need to be able to accept that too. But giving up has never necessarily been my strongest suit. And it's not that I think I will give up, it's that I'm afraid I will lose interest. Like, it'll stop being something that I prioritize, and for that, it'll just kind of disappear into obscurity. So, at any rate, it says I have 0 minutes left on this card, so I guess we're about done with this conversation. You all have a good one.